Hey everybody, welcome back to the next episode of Sports Talk with Hawk. Today we go over what is my favorite position in the 2025 draft, the running backs. We're not doing a top 5. We're doing a top 10. There are 15 running backs I actually think are going to get drafted and potentially become either the main or the second head of a two-headed monster in the backfields in the NFL. I love this group, super excited about this group, and I cannot wait to see how they perform and where they end up in 2 weeks. So, let's check them out. Here we go. All right, guys, I am looking over all of my notes, and after the number one running back gets drafted, and my guess is Genty will be off the board in the top 10, a lot of the other running backs, you're really just splitting hairs on what you like about them, what you don't. That is how close this class of running back really is. A lot of workhorses in this class, a lot of smaller running backs in this class, a lot of Maurice Jones-Drew, Warwick Dunn type running backs in this class. And I really think it's going to come out to work really well and in their favor when it all comes down to it. So here we go, top 10 running backs. Number one is obviously Ashton Genty. My hope is really simply this. My hope is that he stays healthy. He is only 5'9". I think he's actually 5'8.5". But he's 5'9", 215 pounds, has great burst, great acceleration speed, and I believe has probably he may actually have the second best vision of the entire running back group. There is a running back that I think has amazing vision and is why he will be drafted to a team that runs a lot of zone plays. That's what I believe. But he has the leg up in almost everything else. Something he wasn't asked to do at Boise State very often was catch the ball out of the backfield. And we know that's a big part in the current NFL system. So what did he do at his pro day? He ran routes and he caught the ball a lot. That was very smart by him to go, I can catch the ball. Because trust me, if he's dropping the ball out there, his stock would have dropped. Just because, well, he can't catch the ball in the backfield. Like Derrick Henry is a big bruiser. You're going to have Henry on your team, even though he's not the greatest out of the backfield. Everybody else has to be able to take a screen play, a swing, a bubble. Like, they've got to be able to take these, catch them, pull them in, get the ball covered, run downfield. And Genty showed that in his pro day. I thought his pro day was set up to really help him answer some questions that were there only when it came to his pass catching ability. He will be just fine. Now, I'm not going to go to, with this group, it's not going to be who would be the best fit for them necessarily. We're doing 10 of them. With Genty, I really think he goes to Chicago. There are a lot of people that are thinking Chicago may go offensive line. I have a different view. I know how Ben Johnson has built everything to this point. He's brought in the center. He's got 2 guards now. I fully believe he's ready to get his second running back. DeAndre Swift is there. He's coming from Detroit where he had David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. I believe DeAndre Swift and Ashton Genty would be a very lethal 1-2 punch there in Chicago. And I think with Ben Johnson, it would work. And it would also take pressure off of Caleb Williams. Remember, this is the year that we know whether or not it's Caleb Williams or something else. Caleb Williams has everything now that he should ever need. If he fails now, it's him. And he will not be the starting quarterback next year. So, in a year where it matters for Caleb, Ben Johnson is going to take pressure off of him. This is what I believe. Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson are going to draft Ashton Genty. That is my belief. If I'm wrong, I don't think the Raiders pass him up. If I'm wrong, I don't think the Raiders pass him up. I think Pete Carroll drafts the kid easily. But I believe the Bears will draft him. He is the number one by far. But there are a couple other running backs that I could see going in the first round. The first one's going to be Caleb Johnson. I like Caleb Johnson over Omarion Hampton a little bit. The grades are always close between these two. Always close. So why do I like Caleb Johnson? To me, he's a little bit more like, his shiftiness is more like Saquon. I see a lot of the power that can come with how low he runs. I love how Caleb Johnson, the running back from Iowa, runs. I think he's going to be drafted at the end of the first round, potentially to Kansas City, because I don't know if they believe in Pacheco. And Andy Reid doesn't play around too much. And right now, I mean, between Rice and Worthy and there's a lot of stuff, and I know Reed doesn't want to deal with a bunch of crap. So I could see him drafting an upstanding kid from Iowa that works hard and bringing him into that system. Another team that I could really see bringing Caleb Johnson in is, watch out. If Colston Loveland is off the board by the time the Chargers draft, they could draft Caleb Johnson. They do not have a 1-2 punch in Los Angeles right now. Najee Harris doesn't have a long-term deal. It's a short deal. So I would still say they're going to draft another running back. So before we get too far, we've only done two. Who are the teams that I believe are going to draft a running back that could potentially start? And I think it's really, really simple. Number one, the Dallas Cowboys don't have a running back. They need one. So the Dallas Cowboys are one, and that's probably the easiest one. Secondly, the Pittsburgh Steelers, do you really want to run with Jaylen Warren? That's like the Cowboys last year trying to run with Rico Dowdle. Come on. So I think Pittsburgh and Dallas easily will draft a running back. I do believe Jacksonville is out on ETN. I think at the end of last year, it kind of showed. I don't believe either one of those backs fit what Liam Cohen wants, because Bucky Irving was a big back in Tampa Bay. Rashad White, shifty, great out of the backfield with his hands. ETN could move to the second back, but I think Jacksonville's going to draft one of the running backs as well. The Patriots absolutely will draft a running back. Stevenson can be the big back. Gibson is there as the third back if needed. I believe it'll probably be like third round, fourth round. They will draft a running back as well. Another team to look out for, like I've already said, the Bears and the Raiders. Both of those teams, the Raiders need a running back. Mostert doesn't solve the running back room. Let's just be honest. The injuries, you can't expect that. I'm sorry. You just can't. And the way the Bears with Johnson will want a 1-2 punch. Now, the couple teams that may shock you, I believe the Saints will draft a running back. And I think it's because Kamara's had injury issues. You need insurance. Draft one of these guys that could back up Kamara. Kamara's got his 3-year deal, but he's had injuries. You can't stop because you have an injury to a dynamic player in Alvin Kamara. And I love Kamara. but your team can't stop because you have an injury to him. It has for the past 3 years. If Kamara's injured, your offense is garbage. So I think the Saints will draft one. I think the Chargers will draft one, probably to really back up Harris, but it's going to have a play with everything. I believe the Broncos will draft a running back. Hands down, believe the Broncos will draft a running back. So there's a couple, like, I could see the Titans potentially drafting one to back up Pollard, the Bengals potentially, but the Browns don't have a running back. They could easily draft Gentry. There is a sneaky pick of Ashton Genty actually going to the Cleveland Browns. I know people have, I've only told this to a couple people, and they're like, they wouldn't do that. They don't have a running back. They don't really have a quarterback right now. Chubb isn't re-signed. What are you going to do? So between Genty and Caleb Johnson, Genty's obviously best. To me, I like Caleb's shiftiness. I like Johnson's shiftiness. Great kid. I like him at being the second best running back in this class. Third is Hampton. 6 foot, 220 pounds, out of North Carolina. Great burst off the line. Gets through the hole really, really well. I love the guy. He's going to be a really good running back. Any of these teams could draft him. He can start, and I think it's going to work. Here's the thing with him. He's better in a downhill running scheme. He's not going to be one where you're really trying to get outside with him. He's going to be one, it's downhill run. So you're looking at, a Baltimore Ravens type of offense. Even the Buffalo Bills started doing this with James Cook. Like, get them downhill so that they can hit the hole fast and get where they need to go. That's Hampton. He's the third best running back to me. Number 4 is Dylan Sampson from Tennessee. 5'11", 200 pounds. This is the one that I said I think actually has better vision than Genty does. And here's why. Watch all the Tennessee games. Watch how he moves. He has great vision. Now, another one that I love that has outstanding vision that I think is on par with Genty is Cam Skattebo. We saw that in the game against Texas. We saw that through the college football playoff. Cam Skattebo is fantastic. FYI, he's next. He's number 5. But Dylan Sampson, for me, the acceleration he has once he gets to the line of scrimmage, gets through, really good footwork. I think this guy has the ability to really go into any type of setup, and I think he'll find the hole and he'll always gain yards. You hear them talk about he doesn't lose yards. He's always falling forward. That's what I think Sampson will do. I think Sampson is that type of runner where he's good enough with his footwork to make sure he's always moving the ball forward. I love him. He's my number 4. Cam Skattebo is number 5 to me, the running back from Arizona State. Just watch the games against Texas. Just watch some of his tape, his highlights. You see the vision. You see what he does. Versatile back. Very versatile back. And with the way Skattebo is, he's 5'11", he's 215 pounds. He doesn't run a great 40, but he's a bruiser. Like, he will punish defensive backs and linebackers that want to try to tackle him. The guy is a flat-out bruiser. He covers the ball. He plays really, really well. He keeps his shoulders, he keeps his frame on top of his feet. He doesn't get tripped up. He's not tripping himself up. I absolutely love Skattebo. I love what he can do, and I love how he plays. He will fit in almost any team. I do think he'll be a second head for the first couple years. He'll be the second of a two-headed monster. And I think that fits him while he's building out his body for the NFL. And I really think his game translates. Now, That's five. The next two are going to be both Ohio State, and I don't have them different outside of what they do. So Travion Henderson and Quinshawn Judkins. I like Judkins better only because of the flashiness, but Travion Henderson, here's something the way that he's played, because I thought he was going to come out last year. I did. I thought he was coming out last year, and I had him as an end of the first round pick, beginning of second last year. I really thought he was going to come out. He goes back, wins a national championship. Good decision. Good job. But Judkins, 6 foot, 220 pounds. He's the gap runner. Henderson is going to be a little bit more of that zone, outside zone reading and trying to hit the hole on the outside. That's what he does. It's what he did at Ohio State. The difference, I think, between the two really is going to be scheme fit. Judkins, 6 foot, 220. Put him wherever you want to. I think he fits with Tennessee. Judkins, I believe, fits with Tennessee really well. Second or third round, whatever it may be. Travion Henderson, he's one that I could easily see potentially actually having a team like San Francisco draft him because of how Kyle Shanahan loves running the zones where it's option zones, get them out and let them make the decision. The toss zones, he fits that. San Francisco, I think, will draft a running back because you can't rely on CMC to be healthy. You just can't. You're not getting 17 games out of Christian McCaffrey. If you get 12, be happy. So you need running backs, and they've kept guarding him out. Isaac Guerrero is still sitting there. But I think they're going to draft another one because they are a running back factory, and I believe he could help if CMC is hurt. So my top five are Genty, Caleb Johnson, Hampton. Then I've got Dylan Sampson from Tennessee and Cam Skattebo from Arizona State. 6 and 7, interchange them, do whatever you want. It's Travion Henderson and Quentin Judkins. I like Judkins a little bit more as far as size. I think he fits a little bit better in most offenses. But Henderson definitely has the teams that he will fit the scheme really well. So that brings us to 8, 9, and 10. And these guys are, we're not, you're starting to split hairs almost too close. So I like Devin Neal from Kansas. I've watched Kansas games. FYI, if you go back to the beginning of the college football season when I did my conference snapshots, I said the Big 12 was going to be the most exciting conference because nobody was going to take a hold of it, and there were going to be multiple surprises because the teams were just, they were built so good, and the coaches in the Big 12 are actually a lot better than you realize. Devin Neal, running back for Kansas. I've watched multiple games. 5'11", 215 pounds. Athleticism absolutely jumps off the screen. He's got to plant his foot. So if he gets happy feet, that is something he's going to have to work on at the professional level. Most running backs do. Get to your point, hit it, go. Don't dance around. The defense is too quick to do that. I think he will potentially have a little bit of struggle with that every once in a while, but you can coach him on that. You speed up as you get used to the NFL game compared to the college game. He'll speed up, plant that foot, hit the hole. All of a sudden, he's got a 65-yard touchdown. I love Devin Neal. I absolutely love Devin Neal. Good out of the backfield as well. So that is my number 8. My number 9 is LaQuint Allen from Syracuse, the guy that was with Kyle McCord last year. I watched a lot of Syracuse games as well because they played a lot of times in the middle of the day, and then they played on the Saturdays and I watched the bowl game. And LaQuint Allen, he's 6 foot 200 pounds. He runs. Um, I was watching him run in the bowl game against I believe it was Washington State. But I was watching him run in that bowl game, and I was like, who does he remind me of? And when he's running, he looks like Chris Johnson when he's running. He does not have C2J speed. He does not have Chris Johnson speed whatsoever, okay? So he doesn't have that. But he runs, his form is nice. He looks like an NFL running back. He looks like what you want in an NFL back. And he'll get drafted in the 3rd round. He is coming from an NFL offense. Modern, the way that these offenses are built up, he has what everybody in the NFL wants today. He is a guy, I think, once again, he'll be the second head of a 2-headed monster to start out with. That's fine. That is fine. He'd fit. He would absolutely fit down in New Orleans. He would 100% fit if he were to go to a team like Tennessee. I really think he fits. When it comes down to it, like Dylan Sampson for me feels kind of like a Pittsburgh Steeler the way that he runs sometimes. Judkins really feels like a Pittsburgh Steeler to me, just the way that he runs. Allen has some of those teams where I think he just fits them a little bit better. But he's my number 9. I absolutely love him. He is my number 9. All right, so the last one we saw in the ACC championship game, and that is Brashard Smith, the running back from SMU. So he's what I call your Darren Sproles, Austin Eckler, Kevin Falk. He's in that category to me to start out with. So why would I put him so high when potentially guys below him could outstart him? Here's why, and really simple. Here's why. I love the way that he handles himself when the ball is in his hands. I really do. I love the way he handles himself with the ball in his hands. I think he is going to be the receiving back. If Baltimore picks him, I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great for him. I think he fits with being the receiving back when somebody else is going to take most of the blows. I like it. I like how that could play out. I really, really do. So I think if you're looking at an all-around, listen, we've got a guy, you've got teams like, Indianapolis Colts. They signed Khalil Herbert. They've got Jonathan Taylor. They want to take hits off of him because Taylor's had injuries. Brashard Smith would be a fantastic 3rd down back that can run because he runs from the shotgun really well. He's a spread offense running back. Runs from the shotgun really well. Catches the ball really well. That's the type of situation I think you'd put him in. The Chargers, he'd work with the Chargers because Najee Harris is going to be the bruiser, and he'd be the second gear. It would work if you don't make him be the guy that's getting hit all the time between the guards, let alone between the tackles, but between the guards. Najee Harris is going straight up the gut. He's going between the guards. I don't think you let Smith do that. Okay? All right. We're doing good on time, so here I'm going to give you, I'll give you 3 sleepers to watch out for. Guys that I want to see where they get drafted. So the number 1 guy that I want to see where he gets drafted a little bit further down, I like Raheem Sanders, 6 foot, 230 pounds, the running back from South Carolina. I am anxious isn't really the right word. I'm excited to see where he ends up because I think where he ends up will actually determine how successful he gets to be. He's a power back. Big power back. I think he would help teams like the Commanders, who have Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler. I think they're looking for a guy that can just kind of be that guy down at the goal line. Raheem Sanders would fit that. I really think he does. Another guy that's big, 6'2", 225 pounds, Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State. A lot of people forget about him because Oklahoma State had such a bad year. And because they had such a bad year, a lot of people forget about him. He's really good. He had a down year with a down team. That's fine. Ollie Gordon is a very, very solid running back. But I do believe he's going to have to get put into the right situation for it to work for him. Now, the last one, and you guys, if you know a lot about college, you may call me crazy. I like the running back from Florida, Montrell Johnson, not necessarily as a starting back, but I think this guy's going to be a tweener. He's 5'11", 216 pounds. I believe he will absolutely be returning kickoffs. And I think his size and his speed, he ran a 4.41. I believe his size and his speed, he will be a kick returner. He will be a third back. He'll be the third back. I want to see where he goes because, like, the Texans are a team that loves to return the ball, and they're a team that loves to play defense. Certain special teams are definitely going to be returning the ball more, and I think Montrell Johnson is one of those. He could be a weapon. I'm not looking at him as a prototypical back in any form, but I believe he absolutely could be a secret weapon. So the three you watch: Raheem Sanders, the running back from South Carolina; Ollie Gordon, the running back from Oklahoma State; and then Montrell Johnson, the running back from Florida, because I think he's got one of those skill sets. He's not just going to be running back. But to go back and put my top 10 back into the box, number 1 for me is Ashton Jeanty. Number 2 is Caleb Johnson. Number 3 is Omarion Hampton from North Carolina. Number 4 is Dylan Sampson, the running back from Tennessee. Number 5 is Cam Skattebo, the running back from Arizona State. 6 and 7 are your Ohio State backs, Henderson and Judkins. Those guys are 6 and 7. When you get down to 8, for me, that's Devin Neal, then LaQuint Allen at number 9, and then Brashard Smith from SMU at 10. Those are my top 10 running backs for the 2025 NFL Draft. I couldn't do only 5. There's too many. I think there's going to be a lot of teams that draft running backs. There could be close to 30 running backs total, 35 running backs total drafted in this draft because they're really good. They've got NFL skill sets. They've been coached really well. Everybody forgot about the running backs for 3-4 years. And now they all came back because they've been coached really well, and they're just sitting there going, hey, we still matter. Shocker. You got to have one of us to be able to win. And it just was proven this past year. So those are my top 10 running backs. The next one we're going to do is we'll probably do offensive line and defensive line next. For me, it is Thursday night. So we are 2 weeks away from the NFL draft. 2 weeks away. Love it. Pumped. We're getting close. One of my favorite times. Got all my bets in. They're probably going to be wrong, but got all my bets in. Remember, look out. The Browns, sleeper. I said it. Jeanty at number 2. They don't have a running back. They could do it. They could do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for listening. As always, please subscribe to the channel and like the podcast. I deeply appreciate it. Make it the best Friday you can, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, hopefully, with the offensive line and defensive line. And until then, for Sports Talk with Hawk, I am Hawk, and I am out. Have a great night, and have a fantastic weekend.